Today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can create a sense of urgency in your sales copy. I'm going to share how the world's best copywriters do it, because everything that you can do to create a sense of urgency, everything credible and that really has a lot of gravity to it, a lot of weight to it, will increase the response. So the same piece of copy with and without urgency, I pretty much guarantee that the one that gives a credible sense of urgency to the prospect is going to be the one that generates more sales. So let's dive into those 3 ways now. The first one, the first way to create urgency in your sales copy is with offer urgency. So this may be familiar to you. You have right now we're in the Christmas shopping season. So you have the store that runs a Black Friday sale, a Cyber Monday sale. You have the store that runs a 3 weeks till Christmas sale, 2 weeks till Christmas sale, 1 week, last minute Christmas sale. You have any kind of holiday based sale, any kind of offer that is able to create a credible, believable, limited time to the offer. And that can be as simple as saying, hey, I'm running a sale that lasts 3 days, right? Or it can be tied to some other kind of deadline associated with the offer. But basically, you just need to define a deadline for the offer and have that be how you create the urgency, right? The other offer-based urgency is a limited quantity. So sometimes this is called scarcity, but it definitely fits under urgency for me because it creates this sense of urgency in the prospect. So limited quantity is, hey, we have 23 of these on hand, and it's going to be at least 4 weeks before we get any more. Or we have so there was this great website, and it still exists. Amazon bought it, and it feels a bit different now. But there was this great website called Woot.com. And the founding premise of this website was every day we're going to have one deal. And basically what they did is they would go to retailers or manufacturers and say, hey, do you have overstock of any particular product that we're interested in? And they would buy up the overstock. And so they would have, 1,000 of a particular item, or 500, or 723 or whatever. They wouldn't necessarily say how many they had, but you knew that when they posted their deal of the day, that it was a limited quantity item, that when it was sold out, it would be sold out and it would just be gone, right? And so what ended up happening is people would end up signing up for Woot and checking it, as soon as the time rolled over, as soon as the day rolled over and the news sale was posted, people would just check it, and they would, if they were interested, they were going to buy it as fast as possible because there was a limited quantity. And then they would do this thing called a Woot off, where instead of like one deal per day, what it was you knew that they had leftovers of all of these different things. And maybe there were some new things in there. And they also threw in some bonuses. Like they had these bag of crap, which was they would throw whatever they wanted into a bag of crap. And if you bought it, you could end up with a TV, or you could end up with like crap. Most of the time it was crap, but occasionally somebody who bought a bag of crap and it was $5 would get like a TV delivered, right? But during these Woot offs, you knew that it was even more urgent because something could sell out in minutes. Oftentimes when there was a bag of crap, if you actually got the page to load with a bag of crap on it, it disappeared before you could complete your order, and they were just like, sorry, there was a limited quantity, right? All of that creates urgency around, again, the offer itself, right? There's limited time, there's a deadline, or there is limited quantity. Now, you don't always have that. It's great when you do. It's not that believable usually when there is an online, like a digital product. You don't typically have a limited quantity unless you define it as, oh, I'm going to do this limited quantity, right? And so in other cases, you might need to use market urgency. So for example, in the investment world, I've written a lot of copy that was based on some kind of prediction, some kind of positive prediction where an opportunity was created by the new technology rolling out, the implementation of this new technology that was going to help a particular company, or a negative prediction like something bad is going to happen and therefore you need to make whatever moves with your investments to secure yourself against that negative scenario, right? Well, what that does is it creates a sense of urgency that's out in the marketplace. If the investment market is going to move, and it is always moving, and it's going to move in a specific direction, there may be specific actions that need to be taken. And if those are tied to your offer, that is a sense of market urgency in your copywriting, right? And so while copywriters in the investment space will use things like, the first 100 people today to get in on this offer are going to get this exclusive pricing, where they're layering on additional urgency elements. Most often, the underlying and most credible sense of urgency is, hey, the market's moving. We're making this prediction about where it's going to go. And that's going to dictate your need to take action right away. So any kind of market changes, it doesn't have to be investment. If there are market changes taking place inside your market and it stimulates the need for your prospect to act right away, you can emphasize that to create urgency in your copywriting. And by the way, this isn't like a choose number 1, number 2, number 3. You can layer these on, right? So even if you have a sense of like limited quantity, you can layer on. When I did a promotion for a backup solar generator, there was a prediction, and actually it's more of like a external event. I haven't gotten to that yet, but it was more like an external event prediction was creating this sense of urgency, but also because it was a backup solar generator and the quantity was limited, the quantity on hand was limited, we were able to layer different types of urgency on top of each other. So I also mentioned, if there's any kind of social changes going on that predisposes your prospect to needing to respond quicker, that can be a great way to layer in some market urgency. And any kind of external event that's going to happen, like anything external to your prospect, to your offer, anything out there in the world that suggests that your prospect is going to benefit from responding sooner, feel free to include that as a way to add urgency to your selling message. Now, the third way to create urgency in your sales copy is with personal urgency. So, for example, we have lots of different important dates in our lives. If someone has a wedding coming up, if someone has a birthday coming up, if someone has a graduation coming up, either theirs or somebody else's, if someone has whatever important date in their life coming up, you can use that. If that's part of your offer, you can use that to help them get ready for that date by creating urgency in your copywriting. Whenever life circumstances are changing, there can be a sense of personal urgency. So if you are getting older, if you're approaching retirement, if you are whatever it is, right? Whenever life circumstances are changing, you can contribute to the sense of personal urgency. Now, there's one other way that you can use personal urgency here, and that is that most of us are procrastinating a lot about things that we want to get done, things that we need to get done, and today we can continue to procrastinate. And so even as we're reading a particular sales message that might be the thing that we would need to do to no longer procrastinate on achieving whatever goal, we may still choose to procrastinate. And so you can directly address this. Maybe, be careful. Maybe procrastination is or is not the right word to use here. But saying something along the lines of, how long are you going to wait to create the life that you want? How long are you going to wait to make your next big career move? How long are you going to wait to achieve whatever goal it is that your product can help them achieve, right? And so directly addressing that procrastination head on by implying that they've been waiting or not taking action on pursuing or achieving that goal, that can create this sense of personal urgency that can add to your add to the overall urgency in your sales copy. So you can use offer urgency, you can use market urgency, you can use personal urgency, but I have a warning for you. Only use urgency if you can make it real, right? Integrity and conviction is critical. So if you can't state with conviction that you only have 23 of whatever item left and they need to take action, right? Then it's just not going to resonate with your market. So you need to have integrity. And the other thing is, if you have 23, but somehow you are also elsewhere talking about the 1,000 you sell, and the quantities don't match up and they catch you, or if every day is a last chance opportunity and then the next day the same person gets notified of the last chance opportunity for a sale, like when you lose integrity, when you lose your ability to speak with conviction around any kind of urgency element, when you lose credibility, urgency is going to cease being a useful tool in your sales copy. It will no longer support getting people to respond right away. So my call to action for you is, number one, to ask yourself, how can you use this? Ponder how your particular offers can be presented with more urgency for your prospects, to get them off the couch, to get them to actually respond to the offer, to get them to actually pull out their money, even when they've already decided that it is a great decision. You can leave a comment below with any thoughts you have on that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you get more content like this delivered to you. And adding urgency to get someone to take action is just one part of writing great copy. My high velocity copywriting course is my flagship program for copywriters to help you write great copy. And I would strongly encourage you to check that out. The link is in the description. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I'm here every day in every episode helping you become a better copywriter, marketer, and entrepreneur. And so with that, I will see you again in the next episode. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.